cool stuff.
I am calling myself cool stuff. My first name is
I'm glad
Cool.
you're keeping up with the fucking tradition your mom set up.
I feel like this is bait, but I don't know how to step in it.
Just saying your mom used to call you cool stuff, and now you're on your own, so you gotta do it, baby. You gotta hype yourself up. You gotta be your own man.
Oh, it's not bait. It's just stupid. Got it.
No, it's just really stupid. We took the dog to the chop shop today.
Oh, you got his balls chopped off.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was an adventure.
Yeah. Tell me about your
like,
testicle removing adventure.
They're just like, yo, we're gonna be at work, so you gotta take him. I'm like, thanks. I love waking up at 6. That's why I got my internet job.
Yeah, go to French restaurants and to chop off balls. So did you have to do it yourself?
It was no. Yeah, just get a hot knife.
You
You see what you do is you take any knife like a fucking butter knife and you just like hold it over a fire for a few seconds and then you're ready to go.
Oh.
Just like in the movies.
Yeah, and then what you do is you to ease the pain of the dog, you just stick like a bone in its mouth so it can bite down on that while you butter knife its testicles away.
Bite down.
Yeah. It's like that scene from Starship Troopers where they like are whipping or like Rico, except it's removing the testicles of a dog.
Where they give him a weird piece of bark and he drops it immediately.
Yeah, I never understood. And wait, I get it. It all comes together because Rico has bark. Like
it's a dog
yeah,
story.
like a bow wow woofity doof.
That's what we got going for us today.
Okay, fine. If you don't appreciate my story, tell me the story about how you chopped off your dog's balls. Did
by hand?
Did they let you keep them? Do you have them in a jar now?
It was an artisanal free-range castration.
Ha!
An at-home birth.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The conversations we have on purpose.
It's okay. Remember when people said that this series was hilarious? Just remember.
Yeah, got that
just
out.
Just remember.
I'm gonna watch the viewership just drop the moment that conversation started.
Oh really?
Well, the video's not out yet. I can't know yet. The viewership in the real life went up.
Oh, well, fucking, there you go. That's a good sign. Also, I am nearly going to die. Please don't do that again.
Yeah, I was trying to mine the thing, and you ran directly in front of my laser. And I'm like, oh, hi.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I will admit fault on that one.
Do you come here often?
Anyway, what was I gonna say? Something about yeah. So if people are coming in, then logically, all we need to do is just keep talking about testicle removing stories. Start making them up, man. If you only got the
secrets
one,
of the algorithm.
if you only got the one testicle removing story, then like just start making them up, man. Ow, that plant just hurt me.
Just like real YouTubers do.
Yeah.
Well, you like that story. I guess I gotta make the rest of them up forever now.
Mm-hmm. God damn it! You named this one "Slicing Eyeballs." I want you to know.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's one of them deep cuts. Now don't just mean the cow eye.
Where's the oxygen in this area?
Because
I'm
there was a
gonna
cow
die.
eye in the movie. They found a woman that actually was missing an eye, and they put a cow eye in her eye socket, and they sliced it open.
Yeah. And it was filmed by Mr. Dali. I'm gonna die, dude. Where the fuck is the
lunatic.
oxygen?
Your ship has oxygen in it.
That's a problem. I'm near my ship. I'm gonna fucking die. There's no oxygen in this entire area.
Girlie's so groovy. I can't breathe. I'm going to die.
Oh, I have 1 health. I
don't know about you, but I am a bird catcher.
What the fuck are you saying right now? Craft life support gel.
Those are the lyrics to Debaser, the song about
right.
Unsha and Andalou, which is the source of slicing up eyeballs. I want you to know. Now that I've explained it in full, we can all repeat it together.
Okay, I didn't
die. Are you
die.
dead yet?
No, I
You
didn't
dead
die
yet?
yet. I didn't die. I
Are you
crafted
dead
an
yet?
item that let me live.
Are you dead yet?
Yes.
It was
There.
just
Are you
like-
happy? I died real quick and came back to life in the exact same spot. Will you now shut the fuck up?
The main story is just that the moment I got the collar and fucking harness, all of the dogs lost their shit instantly, and there's 3 of them, and one of them wanted to go on a walk way more than the one that I was actually trying to take, and kept physically forcing his way in front of me. And I'm like, fucking Husky, get out of here! Stop! No, you don't want to go on this one. This is a bad idea.
Oh man. That's actually
this
hilarious.
Is not the time.
Trust
Meanwhile-
me, you do not want to go where this dog's going.
Meanwhile, the fucking Shiba Inu's like throwing a fucking tantrum. I'm trying to put the harness on him, and I can't figure out which side faces what. Cause it's just a bunch of weird belt loops, and I'm not used to putting them on the dog. So I'm like,
It's
I
a
don't.
collar and a leash. How can it be hard?
No, I was trying to put the harness on.
The fuck's a harness?
A lot of people have harnesses for their dogs now, where it's like a bunch of loops that go around their body instead of just
Oh,
their neck,
probably because
so
they
it
don't want
doesn't
to choke them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So their whole body is restrained and just tugs on all of it like a seatbelt instead of like physically throttling them every time they tug a little bit on the leash. Because the
Yeah.
throat is, as it turns out, not the best place to put all the pressure. But eventually I had to give up because he's throwing a fucking tantrum, and also every time I try to put the harness on him even a little bit, he just starts biting it, and I'm like, in his mouth is the last place that's helpful for me trying to put the rest of it on. And I'm just losing it at this point. So I just drag him out with by the collar, but since he's not used to having a leash on a collar only, he's actually like fucking tossing and twisting his whole neck like he's trying to throw it off. Like whenever a cat has something stuck on him and they throw a weird little tantrum because they freak out. And I'm like, I just try to get out the door, and he's so freaked out by having a leash on a collar because he always has the harness. And then the fucking Husky tries to bolt out the front door when I open it. Not just like the normal like dog wants thing, like sneaking around that they like to do, where they just try to like sneak through, like, oh, I want to go. Like he physically tried to go through me to get out the door. He's like, because he doesn't want to be unincluded. He really wants his balls re-chopped off.
Oh,
So that was an
man.
adventure. I get to the fucking. I keep smacking the Shiba every now and then in the car because he will not stop chewing on his leash. And lo and behold, the moment we get to the vet, I get him on the leash and we're walking to the vet. He runs towards a bush. Immediately, what little was left of the leash that he wouldn't stop chewing on snaps. And thankfully, I was able to grab his collar before he ran off, because he didn't, thankfully I got it from him before he realized that he was in fact loose, because that's bad. But then I'm at the counter, and we're doing all the paperwork, and I don't really know. They're like, oh, has he have any allergies? Has he had any medication? Has he been fed yet today? I'm like, I don't know. I was just told to bring him here. And then I look down, and he's fucking peeing on the counter. He's peeing at the base of the counter, and I'm just like, come on.
All right. Wow. A ball about. Sorry. A
Basically,
story
I'm happy
about
his balls are cut off.
a story about a
God damn it.
about a dog getting neutered, and by far all of the content of that story had nothing to do with the actual like snippety doodah.
It's all the process of trying to get somebody else's dog to a vet. I'm not there
Yeah.
for the surgery. It's not part of the experience. You just drop them
Like,
off.
no.
Then you see him again 8 hours later, and they're like staring at a wall.
Yeah. No,
Because that's his current state. He's currently locked in the kitchen to keep him away from the other dogs so they don't mess with his stitches. And he's sitting there with his cone on his head, and he's just staring at the wall. Because his brain is fried because of the drugs.
yeah.
Like he just has nothing.
Can you
Okay,
imagine?
I did not. That's too bad outside. Shit.
Can you imagine though if he did show up and like you were way too enthusiastic at the vet
About the snipping.
about the snipping?
Hey, I
You're
can't
like-
wait. I can't wait to get my hands dirty today and really help out.
It's like I'm allowed to watch, right? and they're like,
I'm allowed to watch.
no, and they're like, oh, come on, can I at least film it? I just want to be in the room when it happens, you know. They're my balls too.
Yeah, I paid for them.
Yeah, I have rights, you know. I have legal rights to those balls.
No, thankfully
my
it's
God.
not my dog. Otherwise, I'd have to. If it was my dog, I might actually have some idea of how to handle it half the time.
Yeah, or
I'm
you're
just like,
just like,
I need to figure out how to get you to a different place. You little shit.
you're just like, oh man, how many of these are you gonna do today? And they're like, probably just one. And I'm like, come on, come on, man.
Those
little
are
known
rookie
secret.
numbers. You gotta pump that shit up.
Yeah, this is gonna be the third neutering this week. I can tell you that much. I just go from vet to vet,
That's
and I'm
that's
just
still
like,
less than one a day. Oh, you're neutering. Oh, that's way more
Yeah.
investment.
it's like, oh man, I just go from vet to vet, just watching. So,
Just imagining like the stadium surgeries. Where, like for the students, like everyone's sitting in a giant circle
The
of like stadium
stadium?
seats.
I think that's supposed to be observation, but
Theater. It's called a theater. I just remembered. It's a surgery theater. I
Yeah.
called the wrong thing.
yeah, a stadium sounds like it's
Wow, we're so
competitive
alone.
surgery.
Look at all these ships flying by.
It's like two people are neutering two different dogs, and they're having a contest to see which one gets neutered quicker.
Like a weird, like a just confusing idiocracy show. President
Welcome to the
Monster
third-
Truck versus someone else.
The third annual deballing contest of the Greater Pacific
Ow, my
Northwest
balls
area.
canine edition. I can tie it into the universe because I know things.
No, well done. You've won the reference.
I haven't watched that movie for a while.
That's good. Me neither.
That's one of those movies that I think got better over time.
Oh, it's an amazing movie. Just like everything Mike Judge does, it's just better over time.
Its
'Cause-
reviews are super negative.
Well, I mean,
At the
you
time,
just gotta get like
Little did they know.
yeah, you just gotta get more and more cynical, and like then it will work out great for you. What is here? What is this checkpoint?
This inventory is always full, and I really don't like it.
Oh, it's a technology module. Well, I can't see a damn thing because it's clipped through my entire camera. Alright, salvage
That's the game.
data.
I need the oxygen. I can't not have oxygen. It's really important.
God, what if they're like they're picky about like the specific animal too? They're like, oh yeah, you know, Labrador neuterings are, you know, they're awfully entertaining, but like
Oh, no.
I've been going through a Scottish Terrier phase
God.
lately. You know, it's a little.
That's
it
really
provides,
the Great Danes. They put up the biggest fights.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of like that's just like what gets you into the neuter.
Oh, that's an entry level.
Yeah, that's rookie
Oh,
neutering.
these are
you know.
cursed thoughts. These thoughts are cursed.
Mm-hmm. And then
And this
somebody
will be-
else like walks in and they're like, oh yeah, you're into Scottish Terrier neutering? You ain't seen shit until you've seen ferret neutering. And then
This was
everyone
the
else is
day
like, wait,
I
what?
permanently lost monetization.
They're like, wait, what? You can neuter a ferret? And they're like, oh yeah, you can neuter a ferret.
Why
Come
is
with
that
me,
a
and I'll-
surprise? Why would that ever be a surprise? They're just another two-gendered mammal. Like, you're
And he's
blowing his
like-
mind about basic biology.
And then he's like, can you show me? And then the guy's like, I'll warm up the car.
I'll warm up the knife.
Oh, I could show you, but I don't
'Cause
know
as
if
you
you're
know,
ready.
that's all you do when you do surgery.
Mhm.
It's like it's just like in a. It's just like every animation in a video game that performs a complex task where you always just do one thing and that's the whole thing.
What, balls? Yeah.
It's like how you skin every animal in a game by just like pulling and twisting once, and then all of it comes off.
Oh God! I still thought you were talking about neutering when you said
No.
that phrase, and I was like, I don't think that the vet it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna take real good care of Fido. Don't you worry, it's gonna be
This
real
is the
comfortable.
subgenre I find really amusing is just like hyper simplified animations in video games where you're resource gathering, and you like in one animation do something that's really complicated, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
And then,
like in some games, you skin animals the same way someone would do that trick where they like pull the fucking tablecloth off without knocking any of the dishes over. But it's the entire outside of a person.
Well phrased. What was I doing? I was gonna get some uranium. Why was I getting uranium? I don't
Is
fucking
it
know.
your launch thrusters?
Yeah, probably. Anyway, yeah, I don't think that the vet is like, oh yeah, we're gonna take real good care of Fido, don't worry. And then as soon as you leave, he's like, all right, pull him and twist him, give him the old, give me the tug and yeet.
We'll take great care of your dog. Yeet.
And then they like try to like they like do like a jump shot into a trash can. It's like 2 points, hell yeah. and then he goes like, crowd goes wild for Dr. Devolular.
This is like a distressing Sunday morning breakfast cereal cartoon.
Oh, that's a compliment. I'm very happy that you said that.
I wonder if he does have a. He probably does. There's so many. It's like XKCD.
What are you
You're
talking
like at this
about?
point. At this point, there's one for all of them.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Do you know
Wait.
Do you know who Sunday morning breakfast cereal is?
Yeah, and it's also Saturday morning breakfast cereal, but you
Is
know,
it
you can also
Saturday?
be a fuck ass.
Shit.
That's fine.
I thought it was specifically different from being just a reference to Saturday morning cartoons.
No, it's fine. You're just an idiot. And
Listen,
I'm a bigger fan of this than you are.
SMNC? I don't remember
Anyway,
the name very
I'm
well.
gonna-
All I remember is that the more recent ones are better, but the older ones are weirdly all about murdering women. So if you're just backtracking linearly, you're like, oh, this is nice. This is a nice little science-heavy comic series. But if you're random, it rapidly oscillates between very old and very new, and all of the old ones are about murdering women. It's a really strange trend.
I don't remember that. They're
very
would be
old.
strange.
And it's very strange. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I didn't expect this. I wasn't ready for this. But okay.
What the? Wow, I had no idea. Cause he's like super duper like progressive, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, everyone goes through a cringe period, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a really strange. Like that's at least my takeaway from it is that like, there's a really strange of like undercurrent of like unaddressed misogyny in like a lot of the early comics, and it's like so many of them are about like a woman cheating on a man or a murder or like heavy emphasis on sexual themes, but always like in the vaguely demonizing way.
Well, I mean, he started it when he was like really young.
Yeah.
It's been going on for forever. People change, and I'm glad to hear that he like
it's
changed
part of the thing where you
significantly
like
for the better.
where you sit there and like just make stuff forever.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
fuck, if you pulled up some of the stupid jokes I told
Oh god,
earlier
yeah.
tonight, you'd make me cringe.
But
you know.
I've grown and changed as a person since then.
Yeah, I found 2 humming sacks, and you know, I am ready to press E on these things. I've been waiting for you to shut up so I could tell you that I found 2 humming sacks. I'm so excited about this. I don't even know what I'm gonna get from them, but I'm gonna reach in arms deep into the schwank dog of this humming sack. If you look at it, it's a schwank. It's a schwanky schwank. I'm gonna reach right in there, and I get an albumin pearl, and it also farted at me.
Yay.
Oh, but I got 2
Maybe.
of them. So you know what? I got 2 albumin pearls. I reached into the humming sacks, and I'm leaving with 2 balls.
Ooh, Starship launch fuel. But no, I've watched every now and then I'll be like doing a series on like You Don't Know Jack or Mario Party, and I'd be like, oh, I'll throw together a playlist featuring all of our older videos that we did back in the day over the years, and like that is a sliding scale where one end is not great to remember that I did. Full of a lot of words and things that I wish I'd never said. And I'm like, oh boy.
Care to share a few?
This is what happens when you make content when you're 29 and you started it when you were 21.
No, care to share a few? I'd be
No.
very interested. No, I
They're gonna have
believe
to
me.
fucking dig, and they don't have that kind of attention span. They'll never find it.
No, it's fine. This is a no judgment zone here.
It's
We're on the
definitely true.
internet. There's
We are
no
live.
judgment. No, there's no judgment.
Nothing
on the
but
internet.
judgment. It's the people who claim that they don't judge that judge the most.
I don't judge. I've never judged anyone. Am I a professional judge? No. Have I ever claimed to be a professional judge? I don't know, but probably haven't.
The literal interpretation to the expense of all other forms of communication.
Yes, that's the best way to, be a dick.
Why can I only loot this item when I turn away from it? What the fuck? Fuck you. What?
Guess what? I just learned the Viking word for gra, so now if I go up to the gra berries, it'll probably have a different name.
Basically, both of us are completely incapable of saying anything other than Viking every time we say it, right? Like they're gonna have a Viking funeral.
What? What the fuck are you saying?
The real human civilization of the Vikings.
Yes, I'm with you.
Every time we read the weird alien race, that's all that we can, like, that's just what it's almost impossible to pronounce it in a way that it doesn't just sound like that.
What, Viking? Oh yeah, it does sound like that. I didn't notice.
I literally can't tell if you're saying it any differently.
No, it's like, all you need to say, it's like, 3 Vikings, viked across the pike. It's like a little, like, warm-up. And say 3 times fast.
Buffalo,
3 Viking
buffalo,
Vikings
buffalo,
viked.
buffalo, buffalo, buffalo,
3
buffalo.
Viking Vikings viked across the pike. 3 Viking Vikings. That's actually quite hard to say.
Especially if you're trying to pronounce each of the 2 different words separately and differently.
That's what makes it incredibly hard. That's actually a fairly, I think it's a respectable tongue twister, but I just know somebody's going to be like, oh, you think you know the twists of tongue. Let me lay down a real tongue
You wish
twister.
to twist the tongue, do you?
Potion Summer. I require your twistiest tongue. It wouldn't be Potion Summer, it'd be like Merriam-Webster.
For some reason, it's Dark Souls 2 is like specifically full of hyper-quotable NPCs, more so than any other game they've made.
I know, Dark Souls 2 is such a quirky, fun kind of game.
You, give us smooth.